Good morning, nerds. Welcome to the Mobile Musings for Monday, 6th of May. Uh, this is not an episode of Mobile Morning Monday, Mobile Morning Musings for, yeah, whatever. Because it's actually 11, or it's actually 1 o'clock. I, uh, I have some errands to run, and I was trying to see if the weather was going to hold off for me to be able to mow or not this afternoon, and it doesn't. I don't really know if it is. It's been raining all morning, so I just figured I need to go ahead and go run my errands, and if it rains, it rains. If not, whatever. But but yeah. So watched the watched the roast of Tom Brady last night, and it was absolutely hilarious. Oh my god, such a great roast. A lot of good jokes, a lot of weird jokes, but a lot of good ones. It was on Netflix. We watched it live. Um, whether or not you're a fan of Tom Brady, it was hilarious. I'd definitely say it was. We actually had gotten rid of Netflix recently, and I just had to get it back because my wife really wanted to watch it. That and we've got a there's a movie on there that is like only available on Netflix. Um, so we got it. We'll probably not have it next month. It is what it is. Um, but definitely a recommendation that if you didn't watch the roast last night, go back and watch it. Jesus, this dude over here is bumping. I can hear his subs. Whatever. Um, no, doesn't help. Doesn't hurt that his window's down either. So, yeah. Another thing that I watched last night was Roman Atwood's new vlog. So, dude came out with an entirely new channel because he had been so long without actually putting out videos that he wasn't sure how many people were actually on his channel anymore, and so he said, "Screw it, I'm going to start a new one. We'll go from there." And I'm not kidding, in like less than a week, in like 5 days, guys, he's gotten to 100,000 followers, 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. Doesn't have a freaking profile picture on it or anything. Um, I've been watching him forever. And so he's always just got something positive to say. Like, agree with what else he's got going on in his life or not. He always tries to be positive and get out a good positive message. Um, so he's one of the guys that I watch whenever one of his videos comes out. But he has said he went to Indy for the Indy 800 with Cletus McFarland, and one of the things he's been talking about is do something you're afraid of. Um, which, funny enough, also links back to the Daily Stoic stuff that I've been reading, where he's been talking about courage being one of the key uh, Stoic values, Stoic virtues. Um, so I guess my whole thing for today is to find something that scares you and do it. So I've been trying to think of like what's one thing that I've been holding off on doing because because I'm afraid of doing it or I'm afraid of what's going to happen or whatever. Um, Obviously, don't do anything that would physically harm you or physically harm anybody else around you, or this guy's going to run this red light. Oh, you made it. Well, kind of. Back tires crossed after the red light. But yeah, do something that is not going to hurt anybody else, not going to hurt yourself, but scares you. Um, so I'm trying to figure out kind of what that thing is. I guess a couple of weeks ago, maybe a month ago, whatever, I would have said like starting a daily musings would have scared me, like especially being out, like putting it out into public and that kind of thing. But I don't know. I guess part of what doesn't scare me about this is that I know nobody really watches it. Like I I've gotten like 8 to 10 views on my highest viewed videos. So it doesn't scare me. So I'm looking for something a little bit bigger. Something maybe it's producing that first video for the main the main channel that I've never actually put out a real video on. Maybe that's I guess that's probably is what's scaring me a little bit. Like putting the effort into doing something like that and then not getting a big reception on it. So maybe that's what I'll focus on here for the next little while and doing something that scares me. Huh. I didn't even think about it until I started talking. That's actually funny enough. Part of the reason why I start doing these is so I just kind of like people people talk about writing in their notebooks or writing in their journals about like getting some of the stuff out and like how that processing um, helps work through some stuff. And honestly, like I've fallen off on writing, actually physically writing in my journal and writing and that kind of stuff because I do this daily musing, and it gives me an outlet to be able to kind of get some stuff out like out of my head and onto well, what would normally be onto paper, but this way onto film or storage. Because I do have a lot of time where I'm just sitting in the car driving back and forth. It takes me almost a half hour each way to get to work, and so this at least gives me some of that time to be able to process things. So it's kind of cool. Ooh, that's the other thing I gotta do. I gotta stop and get an oil change today. Oil change place is right there. That's what brought it on. But yeah, do something that scares you. Do something you're afraid of. Challenge the old courage bone. I like it. So yeah, I'm gonna get off of here. I will check you guys later. I'll see you tomorrow. See you later, nerds.